What's up, guys? So we are literally days away now at the time of uploading this on Sunday. Actually, we have either till tomorrow or Tuesday the 31st. Tuesday seems more likely it'll be Good News Day, but we'll finally have even just a piece of the slate for the upcoming, and I'm sure meticulously crafted 8 to 10 years of DC in live action. Y'all know I'm hyped, and so are so many other fans. A lot of speculation has gone around of what exactly is going to be announced. I think Superman is for sure a given, but depending on what they're going for, they could be saving maybe more obvious choices like a DCU set Batman movie for the future. But the only thing that really kind of confuses me and gets me scratching my head is that Jason Momoa basically said he's not going anywhere when it comes to Aquaman, just that he'll probably play other characters as well, which I guess he can do both Aquaman and Lobo. I don't really have a problem with that. I fucking loved Aquaman, so I'm hyped, but that kind of dispels this hard reboot impression we were all getting. So I'm even more curious now how they're going to rework everything. But players, as I've been doing more DC reading, I made it a point to start with Green Lantern, getting my GL knowledge up, specifically the 2005 run by Jeff Johns. Yes, I know people hate him, but the man wrote some damn good Green Lantern books, and so with that, I think it's imperative the DCU follows my lead and starts with the Green Lanterns. So obviously, we need the Trinity, I know, specifically Superman, because even when there's been no Batman movies, there's been a Batman. I love Batman, but we just had the Batman, so my Batman needs are quenched for the moment. We've never really been starved of Batman. We sure as hell got our fix of Wonder Woman, but a Superman movie is imperative. So the question would be why I think a Green Lantern movie should go first, when that kind of sounds familiar, right? The Green Lantern movie from 2011 was supposed to kick off the DCU, but we all know how that turned out. But most importantly, Ryan Reynolds knows how that turned out. What a bounce back. Anyway, that movie was obviously a poor interpretation of the source material in an era where these movies, for the most part, weren't getting treated the way they needed to be. In this new era where these movies are taken way more seriously by studios and literally having the blueprint with the MCU on how to set things up to connect while still telling very personal stories simultaneously with bigger overarching stories. Not saying they need to copy the MCU, of course, but this is the perfect era to do the Green Lanterns in. I mean, we have an Aquaman movie, so there's truly no excuses. First off, I think we should start on Oa already, and with more than one Green Lantern, whether the movie feels like a big sci-fi buddy cop movie, or if it's Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan training a fresh-faced Guy Gardner, or all three of them training Kyle Rayner, I think it'd be best to introduce a small team so we can hit the ground running with the most popular Green Lanterns to date and set their arcs up already. There's such a good way to world build if they start in space, because there's really not been anything like it in the DCEU or DC live action up until this point, so this will be something very fresh. Even with the first Green Lantern movie, the villain being Parallax and, Hammond, it felt so earthbound. The scenes on Oa were awesome, but other than that, it felt way less cosmic than a Green Lantern movie should, which isn't bad, but it's like you're a part of a coalition of intergalactic space cops. Let's see some space shit, Like, even with the Snyder Cut and Man of Steel's Krypton scene, which I personally loved, I felt like DC Space or DC Cosmic has never really been explored, which I'm dying to see Superman in space, on other planets, interacting with other alien races, really all the Justice League in space, but it felt like one of the most robust parts of the DC universe never got its chance when it easily could have. And that is for a multitude of reasons, right? DC has been on some bullshit for the past decade. Plus, we'll have the Guardians, not those Guardians, but the beings that started the Green Lantern Corps, and they could be the avenue, kind of like the Kryptonian ship had been in the DCEU, or like how Thor was for the MCU, of bringing these cosmic concepts and then some of the exposition necessary for opening up the world, not only to the Earth-based heroes, but to the universe period, so that they can set up villains and future threats and it'll feel natural, okay? You wouldn't have to have Thor take a dip to tell you about the Infinity Stones, or Lex Luthor for that matter. You can mention the emotional spectrum and all sorts of different things. So much can be set up, but as far as the lanterns go themselves, you go into what it means to be a Green Lantern and play with the themes of will and conquering your emotions, or at least confronting them. I think this could be thematically a brilliant, beautiful franchise, but also balance that with pure entertainment. Kevin Feige recently said, you have to entertain your audience first, and of course, this was taken an assortment of ways, but I think he means you have to grab your audience's attention or anything else will take it away. I love Blade Runner 2049. It's art, it's a beautiful movie in all regards, but I'd be lying if I said it couldn't be slow as hell and boring sometimes. The visuals and action of a Green Lantern movie would be enough to eliminate that issue completely, okay? Oa itself is beautiful beautiful, but just having the cosmos as your backdrop will provide so much eye candy for viewers, but also the action, okay? Like with the power ring constructs and combat, you can absolutely go nuts with not just, you know, big boxing gloves, but you can have giant facsimiles, weapons, intricate structures, vehicles, even waifus. But that's neither here nor there. The possibilities are endless with what you can do and all the Green Lantern storylines they could pull from. I think if they're going to continue with aspects from the previous universe, it's probably best to go for something that is unfamiliar. Like, we need a Superman movie, but we've had a Superman movie before, and we've kind of been seeing Superman popping up. I think if we start the shift from DCEU to DCU with Green Lantern, I personally and unsurprisingly would want James Gunn to direct. I think he's great at space-based adventures as well with ensembles. I think the dynamic between the lanterns that Gunn would write would be hilarious. The heart that he could interject into it would be amazing. I think it's a perfect segue movie into the new era of the DCU, and I think honestly it would be a perfect segue movie to Superman. Maybe it could be a post-credit scene, who knows what they want to do, but I think that the Green Lanterns is just a perfect way to really just stamp off, like kind of just make a statement of like, hey, this is the DCU. I think it would be so stark from what we've seen previously in the DCU and then just like in DC live action that it would really set a tone and set the precedent for the future of DC in live action, enough to really like let everybody know, hey, this is the new shit. We're on a new wave right now. But that's just my opinion, guys. Let me know, what are you expecting this next week for James Gunn to announce? What movies do you want him to announce? What movie do you want to be first in his DCU? Let me know. That is it. If you liked the video, leave me a thumbs up, comment down below, and if you want, subscribe. I always appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope all of you guys are well, and I will see you in the next one.